Blerd.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up, Blerd?
What's going on?
What's going on, bro?
What's your question, man?
What if in the end they get to Laugh Tale and the One Piece is Pandaman?
Like the One Piece is Pandaman, or like he's guarding the One Piece?
Guarding, yeah, guarding.
My mind immediately went to him being like a mythical Zoan deity. It's like a panda deity. I don't know much about deities in Chinese mythology, but he could be one. Oda could play around with the idea of the gag of him being like in the background of all times. He's consistently looking at the dangers of who can possibly become the next pirate king, and what One Piece, if it is something regarding you're inheriting a certain knowledge of, or a certain power, he's the guy you got to get through first, where he becomes like relevant. And why do I say that? It's because what was Pandaman's bounty again? Wasn't it like $9.99.99? Like there's like a bunch of whole nines.
Yeah, I remember something like
It was a high bounty though, right?
Yeah.
I would like to see that Pandaman looked like a gag, but he ended up actually having a significant role within the story to make him like ancient guardian that lived through or had this personal responsibility from the ancient kingdom. And we get some more information about the ancient kingdom itself. He's not there for a long time. It's just probably somebody you got to get through. And depending on your answer before he gives you the One Piece, he decides to like take you out, or he just moves to the side and says, you know, here, you deserve this. Does it fit the One Piece story? Probably not. It fits a whole nother story, but I think that it would add something like mysterious to this character that's been in these chapters for like 1,000 plus. And you don't really see him unless you spot him, or you're weird like Sebastian who looks at every single thing on the page. That's me.
I mean, I was thinking like it does sound interesting, kind of funny at the same time too, but I was just going back to when, all right, did Roger meet this man then? Roger's like the first person who went to the Raftel Island. Like he's the first person who went to Logstar, then he's the first person to go to Raftel, to our knowledge. So I'm thinking, did he laugh when he saw Pandaman? Like, I don't know, like thank you. I was thinking if he's relevant, what's the story with him and Roger then? Because Roger would have met this creature. But I don't know, like
Roger sent him.
I just said
Yeah, I've been
not even Joy, but Roger.
It'd just be interesting that if it was him, because I always kind of like that role where someone is like not really pretending, but like he gives off the pretense that he's weak and not strong and is sitting back a while. Then you find out this dude is a monster. Yeah, you know, I've kind of always liked that idea. Like,
bro,
there's a story.
What about this idea? You know how like every other generation is supposed to resemble the next? Luffy resembles Roger to an extent, right? Or like Zoro resembles Rayleigh. And what if like Roger resembled Joy Boy, or like they had like a chopper on Roger's ship, right? That was Joy Boy's chopper, but like he wasn't Chopper with a low bounty. He was like Chopper with the high bounty, and like he was the dangerous one on the crew for Joy Boy, and he was the one that was supposed to guard the One Piece after his death.
See, now you got me thinking he's in that egg that's in Roger's ship.
he was in the egg.
No. But what I'm saying is like, what if Pandaman was Joy Boy's companion?
Like Zoe.
Yeah, but due to his mythological Zoan, he couldn't really die. So he was like serving this lifetime promise the same way Zunisha has this lifetime promise.
To see for Roger, like I was too early.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see who's the one that made it on time, or who was on the time, the Joy Boy that I couldn't be because I was too early. So Pandaman's is like, so this is who Roger, you know, like who.
Now I have to wait just a little longer.
Yeah, so that would be interesting if, like, in that aspect,
know.
we just made our own story with the Pandaman thing, and I like it, Blerd. Like,
what about you, Blerd? What do you think?
You're gonna hate it, but they're gonna get there and he's gonna take off the panda head in his buggy.
Oh my god, yo,
I
Marv,
can't
turn the
with
show off. Turn the show off, bro. What's
Why?
wrong with you, bro? Why would it be buggy, bro?
Why?
It makes no sense.
That's not how I was saying. I like that whole idea where like they give off the pretense they're not strong,
Buggy the
and they
whole
really
time.
are. And if it's buggy the time, just pretending I'm not really a coward. That's what I don't like.
All right,
That's what I wouldn't like.
I do have some very exciting buggy predictions for the buggy fan. I do believe that Captain John's treasure, he accidentally came across the map for the One Piece. And I think that Buggy, who's been trying to find Captain John's treasure, will happen to run into the treasure and find out it was actually the One Piece. That's because he always falls upwards, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen for him. And I hate it.
It's
But does he find it before Luffy? No. He'll probably find it after. But it would be like the end of the series, like he finds it, you know, and he's like, "Oh, this is Captain John's treasure. How would he be able to find the one? Like, how did he even know?" And then we get the Rocks lore.
It's funny because I feel like Oda's not gonna do it, but it's like he killed Buggy off in like a cry, like him crying out like thing. That would like hurt so much of his own show that I legit think people would probably drop the show because he killed off Buggy.
Like, no, that would definitely happen.